Well, now we will see small program. You better find the output. See here, void main. I'll write a is equal to 5 printf percentile d comma a. Well, so can you please guess the output of this program? Well, so most of the people are thinking answer is 5, but answer is not 5. We are going to get error. What is the error we are going to get is undefined symbol a. Undefined symbol a, or a is not defined, like that you will get. Now understand, whenever you are assigning 5 to a, you know that a is one variable which is used to store integer value, but compiler don't know, correct? So what I mean to say is, whenever you are using any variable, that variable information you need to tell to compiler. How do you tell to compiler is, listen carefully, see here, void main int a. Okay, see here, the meaning of this statement is, we are informing to compiler a is a variable of integer type. A is a variable of integer type. Allow me to use a variable in the function. This is a function anyway. Okay, what is the meaning of this statement? We are informing to compiler a is a variable of integer type. Allow me to use a variable in the function. Now I am writing a is equal to 5. Compiler know the a, printf percentile d comma a. So now what is the answer we are going to get? 5. So you got the difference between these two programs. What is the first program? We are using a variable which is not known to compiler. That is the reason we got error. Second program, what? We informed the compiler. How do you inform the compiler? Int a. Are we clear? Well, next I'll discuss 4 examples here. You better understand the 4 examples. This is very important anyhow. Okay. Void main. Let us take, I am writing float f. F is equal to 5. F is equal to 5. Printf percentile f. And I will take 2 more examples here. Void main int I is equal to 5.5. Printf percentile d comma I. Okay, fine. So I will be taking some other examples next. See here. Void main int I is equal to 5 by 2. This is very important example. Printf percentile d comma I. Void main float f is equal to 5 by 2. Printf percentile f comma f. Now we will see how the concept will move on. Okay, well, can you please tell 5 is what type? Integer type. F is what type? Float type. Is it possible to assign integer data to float variable? Understand? 5 is what type? Integer type. F is what type? Float type. What we are trying to do? We are trying to assign integer data to float variable, correct? Yes, there is no problem at all. One important shortcut I will tell you. Try to remember for entire our videos. Okay, in C language we can assign any type of data to any type of variable happily. Internally compiler will take care. In C language we can assign any type of data to any type of variable happily. Internally compiler will take care. Now whenever you assign 5 to f, what is the value internally stored? 5.0. So now answer is 5.0. Now listen here, 5.5 is what type? Float type, but I is what type? Integer type. Now the question is it possible to assign float data to integer variable? Yes, we can assign. Any type of data can be assigned to any type of variable happily. Internally compiler will take care. So whenever you assign 5.5 to I, internally what value is stored? 5 is stored. That is the reason answer is 5. So not required to worry. Any data can be assigned to any variable happily. Right. Now these two are little important, and I recommend you to pause the video and get the output. Well, see here, Very important point I am discussing for you people here is, first thing you need to understand, if you are performing operation between two integers, result is integer. So 5 is what type? Integer. 2 is what type? Integer. Integer, result is what type? Integer. That is the reason I value is how much? 2. Now 5 is what type? Integer. 2 is what type? Integer. That is the reason result is replaced to what? 2. Now 2 is what type? Integer. F is also what type? Float type. Can I assign integer to float? Yes. So answer is 2.0. Some people may argue that, sir, here F is float. No. Try to understand. When will you know F is float? When you perform assignment. When will you perform assignment? After division. Understand? Again I am telling, whenever you are performing division, I don't really care about the assignment operator. Why? Division is having more priority when compared to assignment. So whenever you are performing division, what I care? I care what is my numerator, what is my denominator. Understand? Okay. That is the reason whenever you are performing this operation, I really don't know target is what type. Target is what type. I will know only when you perform assignment. But assignment will be performed after division. Why? Division is having more priority. That is the reason answer is what? 2.0. Now, little interestingly, 2 more questions we are going to derive here. See here. Here I am writing I is equal to 5.0 by 2. Here what I am writing is F is equal to 5.0 by 2. Try to understand. Here I wrote 5 by 2, 5 by 2. Here 5.0 by 2, 5.0 by 2. Now, assignment having more priority or division having more priority? Division. When there is a division, what should I do? What is numerator? What is denominator? That much only I should care. I never care about target. Now, 5.0 by 2 will replace with what value? 2.5. 2.5 is what type? Float type. I is what type? Integer type. Is it possible to assign float to integer? Yes. That's what we discussed here. So, when you assign, what will be the answer? 2. So, what is the output? 2 is the output. Now, 5.0 is a float type, 2 is integer type. So, result is what? Float type 2.5, and F is also float. So, answer is what? 2.5. So, first program answer is 2. Second program answer is 2.0. Third program answer is 2. Fourth program answer is 2.5. Understand? 5 by 2 is always 2 only. To whom you assign that second story? When you assign 5 by 2 to I, 2. When you assign 5 by 2 to F, it is 2.0. Try to understand. 5 by 2 is replaced with 2 only. Are we clear? Now, we'll see one important concept here. Have you noticed first what we wrote? First point, int A. See, what is the meaning of this statement? A is a variable of integer, right? Now, we have a question. See, whenever we are born to our parents, what is the first thing our parents are going to think? Okay, baby boy or baby girl, whoever it is, assume baby boy or baby girl. Okay, after by seeing the baby, we are able to understand he is a baby boy or baby girl, right? Now, second important thing what they are going to think is name. Your parents, do they keep the name randomly, like your name is apple, your name is monkey, your name is 420, your name is like a donkey, like that they will never keep, right? Whenever your parents are trying to provide a name to you, they will use some convention, right? Based on the birth date, based on the birth time, they will tell your name should start with A, or your name should contain this god name. Based on the geographical location, community religion, based on the family background, they are going to provide some name to you, right? They have some convention. Every family, every country, every community, every religion will have some standard convention. Okay, this person bought from this community, so this god name should be there. Something like that they are gonna provide, right? So what I mean to say is, whenever you want to provide a variable name, you also should follow some conventions. So what is our next target? If I want to write a variable name, we need to follow some rules. What are the rules? Now I am gonna discuss. Okay, see here carefully. First point. Okay, try to understand. Now I am writing int A. What is the meaning of this statement? A is a variable of integer type. Now I am writing int B. What is the meaning of the statement? B is a variable of integer type. Now again I am writing int C. What is the meaning of the statement? C is a variable of integer type. Now tell A, B, C are what type? Integer type. Now some people are interested to write int A comma B comma C. What they are writing? Int A comma B comma C. What is the meaning of this statement? A is integer type, B is integer type, C is also integer type. What is the meaning of this statement? A is integer type, B is integer type, C is also integer type. Now I have a question. First style is recommended or second style is recommended? Can you think? Well, now tell, second style is recommended or first style is recommended? Think and guess the answer. Okay. So, which is recommended? Second style is recommended or first style is recommended? We need to know it, right? Now, so I will tell the answer. It is always recommended to use second style or first style. Which one? We need to know. Okay. That anyhow I am going to discuss for now. Okay. Listen. So, always it is recommended to use first style when compared to second style. No or understand, again I am telling, it is always recommended to use first style when compared to second style. Why? I am going to tell you two reasons are there. First reason I am going to tell you, listen carefully. Sir, in the future you noticed B is not integer, B is float. Simply I can come here, I can replace with float. Here if you want to do, what should you do? You need to remove this and again you need to write what? Float B. Again in the future, okay, you notice C is not integer type, C is character type. Then what can I do? Simply I can remove here and I can put as what here? Char. Here also what should I do? I need to remove here and separately again I need to write as what? Char C. Correct? So, whenever I want to change a variable type in the future, whenever I want to change a variable type in the future, it is always recommended to use first style. That is first important point. Second advantage is, now listen, A is doing some job, B is doing some job, C is also doing some job, correct? So, every variable is doing some job, I need to write comment. I can write here, right? Easily I can write. This is like job 1. Okay, and here also I can write what? Let us take job 2. And here also some job we are having, job 3, correct? So, against each and every statement I can write the comments, but here you cannot write. You need to mix the comments, readability will not be there. And again in the future, let us take B job changed. Let us take job changed from 2 to some 37. I can write some job 37, some meaningful job I am going to assign. So, second advantage is what? We can write comment against each statement and we can update the comment in the future also. So, first style is recommended when compared to second style. Why? Two advantages. What is the first advantage? Whenever I want to change a variable in the future, I can change the variable name. What is the second advantage? Writing the comment and updating the comment is also easy. Better you write the notes, and this type of things are very important when you go to a project, right? So when you are in the project, definitely when you write in the first style, your project manager will be very happy. Your project lead especially will be very happy why you wrote this type of code. They'll definitely ask you. Okay, so please try to use first convention going forward. For practicing you can use second convention, but in the exam or in the written test or in the interview room, you should use always the first convention. This is more important for you. Okay, well, now we are going to discuss the third point here for you. Third point is here I am writing int, let us take A1, A2, A3. Can you please tell, is this valid or not valid? Valid. Why? A variable name can contain numbers also, so this is valid. Now what I am trying to do is fourth one, int 1a, 2a, 3a. Is this valid or not valid? Not valid. Why not valid? Because a variable name should always start with alphabets. A variable name should always start with what? Alphabets. Try to remember, this is very important. A variable name should always start with the alphabet. This is the first important point. Second point, try to understand. Now I am writing int a. Okay. Now I need to provide some value. How do you provide some value? A is equal to 5. Is this valid or not valid? Valid. Next, sixth one, I am writing int a is equal to 5. Is this also valid or not valid? Valid. Now Fifth one and sixth one, both are same or different? Both are same or different? Okay, both are different, remember? Okay, here did I initialize the value of a? No. What is the initial value of a? Garbage value. But here what is the initial value of a? 5. Initial means starting. That is the reason this is called initialization. Very important point. This is called what? Initialization, and this is called assignment. So there is huge difference between assignment and initialization. If we are trying to use assignment for the first time, then we have some specific name called what? Initialization. Here it is called what? Assignment. Here it is called assignment, but here initial value of a will be garbage value. Next, seventh one, little interesting. Int a is equal to 7.5 I am writing. Is this valid or not valid? Valid. Why? Even though you assign 7.5 to a value will be how much? 7 only. Okay. Well, next, a is equal to, I am writing 21, 5, some 19. Is this valid or not valid? Understand, this is not a date. This is just expression. 21 by 5 will be how much? 4. And 4 by 19 will be how much? 0. Valid. Don't get confused. In the exams, they will give you this type of questions to confuse you. You people will assume this is a date. This is nowhere date any. Okay. Let me give you another one so that you will get clarity. Int a is equal to 5 plus 2. Is this valid or not valid? Valid. What is the value of a? 7. Try to understand. This is also valid only. Not required to worry at all. Next, 10th one. Int. This is very important. A is equal to, B is equal to, C is equal to 10. Well, is this valid or not valid? Think and tell the answer. Valid or not valid? This is valid or not valid? Not valid. Why not valid? Because second variable, third variable will come only when there is a comma. Without a comma, there is no point of getting the second variable. Try to understand what I mean. How do you write that one? Int a comma b comma c. Next, what can I write? A is equal to, b is equal to, c is equal to 10. This is valid. Initially I created a variable, b variable, c variable. Later on only I assigned 10 to c, 10 to b, 10 to a. Okay, you got the difference between 10th one and 11th one, right? Next we are going to discuss the 13th one. Now, some people are asking me, is it possible to combine two statements? Yes, possible, but little tricky. Understand. Int a. What is the meaning of this statement? Compiler know the a information, comma b. What is the meaning of this statement? Compiler know b information. Till now, compiler know a information and b information, comma c. Now compiler know which information? C information. Compiler know a, b, c is equal to b. B information already known to compiler, yes, is equal to a. A information is already known to compiler, yes, is equal to 10. So is this valid? Yes. Try to understand. Int a. What is the meaning of this statement? A information is known to compiler. B information known to compiler. C information known. Now A known, B known, C known. Now I am trying to assign. What is the initial value of A? Garbage value. B, garbage value. C alone 10. Understand? Garbage value is overwritten into 10. Garbage value is overwritten into 10. And C only created with 10. Next, 14th one, little tricky. Int A. What is the meaning of this statement? A is a variable of integer. A is a variable of integer known to compiler. If you write is equal to 10, what is the meaning? 10 is assigned to A, right? Instead of 10, if you can put A, what is the meaning? A is assigned to A. Means same garbage value is again assigned to A, which is meaningless. Even though it is valid, that statement is not meaningful. Understand? If you write 10, what is the meaning? 10 is assigned to A. Instead of 10, if you write A is already known to compiler. Same A value is again reassigned to A, which is not meaningful. Even though it is valid, it is not used. But this type of questions are coming. You should tell that is not compilation error. That is our target. Understand? This is valid absolutely. Not required to worry at all. 15th one. So here, int a comma a. Is this valid or not valid? Not valid. Why not valid? Two variables cannot have same name. The error what we are going to get is multiple declaration for a. What is error we are going to get? multiple declaration for A we are going to get. Now int A comma A. Is this valid or not valid? Valid. Why? C language is case sensitive. Means what? Small a means small a, capital A means capital A. Okay. Both are different names anyway. Okay. Next, 17th one. Int A plus B. Is this valid or not valid? Not valid. Why? A variable cannot have operators. A variable cannot have operators. Next, 18th one. Int if. Is this valid or not valid? Not valid. Why? If is a keyword, keyword is having some meaning, right? Keyword is always having some meaning. That is the reason this is not valid. Next, 19th one. Int, let us take one word, average sal of EMP. This is also not valid. Why not valid? Because a variable cannot contain spaces. So when a variable contains multiple words, it is always recommended to use what? Underscore. That I am going to discuss. Very important point. 20th point. Int average underscore scal underscore of underscore EMP. So again I am telling, first point, in C a variable name can start with alphabet or underscore. First point to understand. Now I am going to conclude the points. In C, a variable name can start with alphabet or underscore. Second point, no operators are allowed. Third point, no keywords are allowed. Fourth point, no spaces are allowed. Okay, very important point. That is fifth point, two variables cannot have same name. So totally 5 points I am going to discuss. Summary. What is the first point? A variable name can start with what? Alphabets or underscore followed by numbers allowed. What is the second point? No operators allowed. Third point, no keywords allowed. Fourth point, no spaces allowed. Fifth point, two variables cannot have same name. Now I'll try to write some statements here. You need to find whether they are valid or not using the questions anyway. First I'll write the questions, you take the questions and try to do it on your own. Anyway, I'll tell the answers for you. Well, so 21, let us take int A1, B2, C3. 22, int 1A, 2B, 3C. 23, char A, B, C. 24, character CH1. 26, float 3.75. 27, float F1, F2, F3. 28, int 29, char int 1, int 2, int 3. 30, float int char int. 31, float. 32, char. 33, int A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So pause the video and try to find the questions are valid or not valid. You can take 1 minute or 2 minutes and do it. Well, so before we start doing that, we'll summarize the point so that you are able to do it, right? First thing, a variable name can start with alphabet or underscore. That is the reason this is valid, this is not valid. See, if you write something in the single quotes, that is considered as what? Constant. Constant you cannot write as a variable. If you don't understand, a variable name should start with the alphabet, right? Next, CH1, valid. Here 3.75 is not a variable, right? It's a float. So not very. Some people did not write this question itself correctly, understand. Here f is a capital. F should be small. See, in interviews, MCQs, you need to be very careful. Everything you need to observe, okay? So all keywords should be in the small letter only. See, no keywords are allowed to write a variable name, but capital I, small nt, capital I, capital nt, capital I, capital N, small t, they are not keywords. Only small I nt is a keyword. So it is a valid. Keyword cannot act as a variable, but int is a keyword. Int one is never a keyword, right? So what is the meaning? Keyword can be part of a variable. Int is a keyword, char is a keyword, int char is not a keyword. A variable name can start with what? Alphabet. A variable name can start with what? Alphabet or underscore, alphabet or underscore. Now 33, real interesting. So some textbooks will tell maximum allowed variable length is 15, some textbooks will tell 31, some textbooks will tell 16. But if you can see, A to Z 26, 0 to 9, 10, 26 plus 10, 36 characters, right? So no problem, there is no restriction in length of a variable name, very important point. So Dennis Ritchie never provided any restriction. But the important point you need to understand is, come here, if you want to assign 5 to A1, how do you assign A1 equal to 5? If you want to print the value, how do you print? Printf percentile d comma a, you will print. For example, if you want to assign a value to this variable, how should you write? A, B, C, D, G, F, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equal to 5. If you want to print, how do you print? Printf percentile d comma a, something 0, 9. Very big name unit, right? So when the length of the variable is very big, the readability of the variable will come down. That is the reason programmer recommended to have maximum of 15 or 16 characters length. You cannot write big length of a variable, understand.